The bell above the door chimed as Jack walked into the Daily Grind. It was a quaint coffee shop with warm lighting and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee beans. He needed a caffeine fix before his big presentation. Emily, a whirlwind of energy with a bright smile, was juggling orders. Her clumsiness, however, was legendary. As she reached for a cup, her elbow bumped a tray, sending a cascade of hot coffee towards Jack. "Oh my goodness, I am so sorry," Emily exclaimed, her cheeks turning crimson. Jack stared at his coffee-stained shirt, momentarily speechless. Emily rushed to get him napkins, her heart pounding in her chest. "Please, let me buy you a new shirt, or at least another coffee," she pleaded, her voice filled with genuine remorse. Jack couldn't help but smile at her flustered sincerity. Her eyes, the colour of warm caramel, held a mixture of apology and something else, something that sparked a flicker of interest within him. A new coffee would be great, he chuckled, and perhaps a few extra napkins. Emily's apologetic smile morphed into a relieved one, and she quickly began brewing his order, her earlier clumsiness momentarily forgotten. Jack found himself returning to the Daily Grind more often. It wasn't just the coffee that drew him back, but the bubbly barista with the infectious laugh. They would chat while she prepared his order. He learned that her name was Emily, and she had a passion for painting and vintage records. He in turn confessed his love for sketching and indie music. "You're an artist?" Emily asked one day, her eyes widening. "I love to paint, mostly acrylics and watercolours." Jack nodded. "I'm more of a sketcher, but I dabble in charcoal too." He pulled out his phone and showed her a few of his works. Emily's eyes lit up as she scrolled through them. "These are amazing, Jack. You're really talented." Their conversations flowed effortlessly, punctuated by laughter and shared passions. Emily looked forward to his visits, her heart skipping a beat whenever the bell chimed, hoping it was him. Jack, usually a creature of routine, found himself rearranging his schedule to accommodate a stop at the Daily Grind, just for a chance to see her. One day, Jack ordered his usual cappuccino. As Emily handed it to him, he noticed a heart delicately etched in the foam. Beneath it, almost invisible, was a tiny musical note. He looked up at her, a question in his eyes. Emily just blushed and smiled, quickly turning back to the espresso machine, her heart racing. The next day, his latte had a paint palette sketched in the foam, the colours subtly added with flavoured syrups. A small folded piece of paper tucked into the saucer held the name of an art supply store they had discussed the day before. Jack chuckled, touched by her gesture. He made it a point to visit the store, picking up a set of high-quality sketching pencils he knew he didn't need, but couldn't resist buying. Their silent communication through coffee art became their little secret. Each cup, a canvas for Emily to express her budding feelings, each design making Jack's heart beat a little faster. He kept each cup, the foam art slowly dissolving, a reminder of their growing connection. One morning, Jack walked into the coffee shop with a nervous flutter in his stomach. He was holding a rolled-up piece of paper tied with a red ribbon. "This is for you," he said, handing it to Emily. "I hope you like it." Emily, her curiosity piqued, untied the ribbon and unfurled the paper. It was a comic strip. The first panel depicted a man and a woman at a coffee shop counter. The second showed the man being splashed with coffee, his expression mirroring Jack's surprise that day. The third panel showed them laughing together, their faces mirroring the joy they now shared. The final panel showed them holding hands, hearts floating around them. Emily's cheeks flushed a delicate pink as she finished reading. "Jack, this is..." she began, but words failed her. Jack, his hand nervously rubbing the back of his neck, confessed, "It's us, Emily. Well, at least I hope it could be us." He looked at her, his heart pounding, hoping he hadn't misjudged their connection. Emily, her heart overflowing with warmth, simply nodded, a single tear rolling down her cheek. It was a tear of happiness, of a love story beautifully drawn in ink and paper. Their first date was at a paint and sip event. The theme was Starry Night, and Emily had been looking forward to it for weeks. However, true to their story, the date was a comedy of errors. They ended up with more paint on themselves than on the canvas. Jack accidentally knocked over a water cup, soaking their table and causing a minor flood. "I am so sorry," Jack exclaimed, his face a mixture of paint and mortification. Emily burst out laughing, her own face smeared with blue and green paint. "It's okay," she giggled, dabbing at his cheek with a napkin. "It wouldn't be us if something didn't go hilariously wrong, would it?" Despite the chaos, they had a wonderful time. They laughed, they shared stories, and they discovered a shared love for making a mess and finding humor in the unexpected. As they left the studio hand in hand, their clothes stained with paint, but their hearts full of warmth, they knew this was something special. Months flew by, filled with art museum dates, cozy nights listening to old records, and countless cups of coffee. The daily grind became their haven, a testament to their unique love story. One afternoon, Jack walked into the coffee shop. The familiar aroma of coffee beans, the soft hum of conversation, and the sight of Emily behind the counter filled him with a sense of belonging. But something was different. The walls were adorned with Emily's paintings and Jack's sketches. Soft fairy lights twinkled, casting a warm glow over everything. And Emily? Emily looked radiant, her eyes sparkling with happiness. As she handed him his usual cappuccino, he noticed something else. On the ring finger of her left hand, nestled amongst the paint stains, was a ring. A beautiful, unique ring that spoke of their love story. "Emily," Jack began, his voice thick with emotion, "I love you. You make me laugh, you inspire me, and you make even the most ordinary day feel extraordinary. Will you marry me?" Tears welled up in Emily's eyes. "Yes," she whispered, her voice overflowing with love. "Yes, 1,000 times yes." They sealed their promise with a kiss, the aroma of coffee and the laughter of their fellow coffee shop patrons, creating a symphony of happiness around them. Their love story, born from a spilled coffee, was just beginning, a testament to the magic that can happen when two souls connect over a shared love for art, laughter, and the simple joy of a perfect cup of coffee.